You're listening to Feel Good Files with Lexi and Son.
Hello, Son.
Lex!
How are you doing?
Oh, couldn't be better.
Lucky number 5.
Lucky
this one.
number 5.
Yeah.
Five.
Fantastic. Yes. So this is going to be quite a cool file. I'm actually excited for this one. So Son and I have some cards here, and we'll be asking each other a couple of questions.
Yes, we decided to just put together a whole lot of questions. We're going to go through them quickly, but we probably won't answer all of them.
No.
But yeah, so let's dive straight in. It's just so that you guys get to know a little bit more about us.
Yes.
So
Let's just go through. Yeah, we'll just read through all the questions.
on YouTube you can see how
See.
beautiful the cards are.
Yeah.
Designed
There
by
we go.
Lex. Very
Lovely, which we will post some pics of them on our socials, so keep a lookout for that.
clever. Yes, our trifecta. Like, follow, share.
And give us love.
Give us
Don't forget
love.
to give us love.
Tell us what you love.
Yes, or what you hate. I also don't mind that.
Keep the hate to yourself. Social media is about not blabbing too much hate.
Yes, we don't want trolls.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so what question do you have there, Son?
What do you think has defined you as the person you are today?
That's quite deep.
Very deep.
I hope I don't get that.
Okay.
What is your favorite film? Why?
Oh, if I get that, I'm going to have to really think. What would you say to your future self?
You've got like deep ones. I've got like fun ones. What is your favorite food and wine?
Oh.
Why? I want that question.
And why? I like that.
There's no why when it comes to wine.
Wine, why?
Why?
Why? Note to self, something to remember more. Sure, you
We
have.
have got the deep ones.
You're going to have to shuffle properly.
Yeah, because now I've just got a repeat question here. Never mind. What makes you laugh so hard that you almost pee?
Oh my gosh. Best advice given.
Ooh. Ooh. How to change your mindset?
Ooh.
It's quite interesting.
Favorite quote. Oh gosh, favorite quote. Oh my gosh, we're going to be here forever. Why?
I'm finished.
You-
Okay, thank you. What is your best childhood memory?
3 words that describe you. Well, it depends who's describing.
It's quite difficult.
Okay, now
Okay.
shuffle, my
Okay,
darling.
shuffle. I think there's a repeat of one in here.
Doesn't
but
matter.
Doesn't
Doesn't
matter. Okay,
matter.
let's shuffle.
Means that we have to do it more than once. If it comes up, or just draw another card.
Okay, you're going first.
Okay.
I say age before.
You two.
Yeah.
You two.
No. I think
You're deferring to
you've got
age.
more life experience, so
Exactly.
you'll be able to answer the questions.
Not always, I don't know.
Okay.
What's the word? Yeah, you're an old soul, so what does that mean?
More advice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go.
That's what makes Lex and Son so interesting.
Exactly.
The perspectives of both. So I drew the note to self, something to remember more. Well, for me, what I try and remember is that my note to self is to always live life inspired. So I no matter what's going on, what's happening, I try and be grateful, listen, find inspiration in my daily stuff. If I'm drinking a cup of coffee, I'm loving that coffee. If I meet somebody, I'm smiling at them. I like to get smiled at. You know, some smile. Smile.
Yeah. That sounds actually quite nicely from far four.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And seriously, just to not take those moments for granted, because time isn't guaranteed.
Exactly. No, it's so true. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Note to self.
Beautiful.
So we're going to chuck them on the floor when we
Yes.
finish. Like,
Dive in. Hold it so I can choose.
okay. Hold it so you can choose.
Ooh. What would you say to your future self? That's quite a difficult one. Sure. The one thing that I've learned recently is to slow down, because time goes by way too quickly. So for me, it would be, remember, almost like what you've just said, you know, like take in everything, like the sip of coffee, or, you know, just be inspired, but just the little moments, you know, seeing
your kids.
seeing my kids now growing so quickly, it scares me, and I really, you know, already miss that almost toddler phase, and they're getting out of that phase, and I miss it already, and I'm like, where did that time go? So to my future self, I would say slow down. Just slow down and embrace what is there in front of you.
Yeah, be present.
Be present, yeah, definitely, because you don't actually know what's going to happen day to day. Anyway, yeah.
If you're on YouTube, you'll see me doing the facciamo le corna.
Yes.
The Italians always go facciamo le corna, which means
Exactly.
ward off all the bad stuff.
The bad omens.
The bad omens.
Yeah, and don't put your energy into the bad things, because it's just going to stress you out. And I do struggle with a lot of like stress and anxiety for small things, and to many people it seems small, but to me it's huge. But then when I think back, I'm like, actually it was small, but in that moment you think it's massive. So just to be mindful and just know that, you know, you can get through it.
That's an amazing piece to really always reflect on.
Yeah.
Like, in the greater scheme of things, when you're going through something, in the greater scheme of things, how big is this?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
and remember that
Yeah.
it's actually just a little blip, and not like a massive,
Yes.
you know, like not a massive rock that's making all these undulations.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it. Next.
Throw it on the floor. Oh, sorry.
Oh my
That's so
gosh.
dramatic.
Our director wants to go out.
Oh goodness.
We're
Come on,
gonna
Ray.
leave him. Ray!
Come be part of it.
Ooh,
Oh goodness.
ooh, best advice given. Now I'm trying to remember, did we say this was advice we gave, or the best advice we were given?
I think what you've been given.
Yes. Okay, so I mean, it boils down to, I can actually relate so many stories, but my father had a saying, la famiglia è tutto.
Yeah.
La famiglia è tutto.
I love that.
Okay, so
So
we're
strong.
Italian.
Yes.
And for the non-Italian speakers listening, family is everything. Now that, you know, my dad really instilled that in my sister now. He used to absolutely have a cadenza if we ever fought, because he was like, the two of you need to be united.
Yeah.
Didn't like it, liked, had table discussions, used to bring us around the table to make decisions, and we did that from the very beginning. So I suppose La Familia e Tutto for me throughout my life has meant keeping the channel open and really appreciating your family.
Just supporting one another, I suppose, too.
Yes. And that he felt was successful.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah. So
Definitely. Love that.
No, La Familia e Tutto.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother used to add to that by saying volersi bene e tutto.
Yeah, that's
So-
so true.
Must love each other.
I also just go back that there's obviously people that are probably listening that don't have maybe a close family unit. Family does not always need to be blood family.
Absolutely. Oh, Alexa, that's
So I think,
Yeah. Who is your
Your
family is who you choose.
yeah. I mean, look at us. We're not blood related,
No.
but I consider you family.
Absolutely. No.
So
It's the people in your life that you value and cherish.
yes,
That is your
your
family.
family. Yeah. Very true. High five. Love that one.
Lots of
So-
high five.
Sure. Oh, no, it's my turn.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Did you throw it?
I did.
Oh.
Remember all the throwing.
Yes. Favorite quote and why? Sure, but I have so many favorite quotes.
Which one comes to mind?
Well, most of the Coco Chanel ones I love. Like,
Yes, that defined our first episode.
yeah,
First
yeah,
five,
in order,
first
the one,
five.
exactly, the one that I love. In
Yes.
order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different.
Yes.
I might be getting the words wrong, but you get the gist of it. Just do love that because, everyone's unique and everyone's different, and you need to remember that.
And celebrate
And
it.
exactly, so celebrate your differences, celebrate being different.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be different. It's not a weakness. See it as a strength. So, which is what I love. And everyone's got their own thing going for them, regardless of what job they have, what work they do, if they're a mom or a dad or a single person or just married with no children. Whatever you are, you've got something going for you, and everyone is different.
And find for yourself what makes you unique.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I just love most of Coco Chanel's quotes because she really does describe people for who they are and for being different. And that's how she was. I mean, she had a hard life, and she just did what she did regardless of what other people were saying to her and bringing her down. She was so successful.
And single-minded in the pursuit of what she believed
Exactly.
was what made her unique.
Yes.
I love her red lipstick.
Yes. Of course you do.
Of course I do. Besides a whole lot of, those jackets, everything.
Oh, her clothes.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll have to record a file in Paris.
Yes, we would have to. Anyway.
I love that. Yes, I love that. Celebrating, okay, so it's me to choose.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
I think, with kids, that's an important thing.
Yeah. Knowing that everyone is different. I actually, back to Coco Chanel, I've got one of those books, what are they called? Little People, Big Dreams, I think. And it's on Coco Chanel. And I read that to my daughter, and it's so beautiful because it also teaches her she can be different. I mean, she's still little, but you read it and they'll slowly get it, which I do love. And Coco Chanel worked hard, and in the book it describes all of that. So it really is lovely.
I love that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
there
Okay,
we go.
so let's go for the top. What is your favorite, what is your favorite film and why? Well, if you ask me that, which you are, I have to go back to Lawrence of Arabia because that is the first film I really remember watching. I was very small, and I remember we went to the drive-in. I don't even know if you've ever been to a drive-in.
I've never been to a drive-in.
I cannot believe it. We used to go every Friday night with my
It's
parents.
so much fun.
in this car, my mother used to make these beautiful meals, and my dad would have chosen what we were to go and see at the Top Star in Johannesburg. And I remember watching Lawrence of Arabia, and there's a scene where he comes over on his horse, and then everybody arrives, and then it was like on this massive screen. The sound was absolutely glorious. The pictures were amazing. The visual, he was amazing. I think it's Peter O'Toole. And I remember thinking, oh, how did they do this? That's where my love of film and production and everything.
Yeah, and look how it inspired you. That's amazing.
I will never forget that moment ever.
Sure.
Brought to you by my dad.
Yeah, well done.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's really good.
You never know what will spark
A thought or
the love,
yeah,
you know.
that's very true.
Yeah, that was lovely. Okay.
Let me see. Next question.
Next question.
Oh, 3 words that describe you. Oh my goodness, this is a tough one. Why am I getting the tough one? Well, it's 3 words that I think describe me.
These are you describing yourself.
Myself.
I'm going to see if I agree with the 3 words. Not agree, but
I'm going to sound so vain though, because I'm going to... I don't like it, because I'm talking about myself now. I hate this.
That's not vain.
It is though. Because
Okay,
if I say nice things about myself, it is vain. Okay, so I'd say I am very sensitive. So sensitive is one. And I mean it in a positive and a negative way, because it can sometimes be negative, but I'm very sensitive, affectionate, and I am an empath. So I feel like what other people are going through, like quite hard, you know, like when someone's feeling sad, I feel sad too, to the point where I start crying, or, you know, so I'm quite, I take it on, yeah. But I suppose that works quite well with sensitive. You know, a sensitive person often is an empath, so.
Must learn to sometimes create a bubble around yourself.
Yes,
Because
to protect my own energy.
yes, it's quite draining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And also to remember that you can't fix everybody.
No, yes, I do like to do that. But it is
Well,
lovely
that's an
in a
empath.
way too, because, you know, you can easily sympathize with, you know, people then,
Yes.
you know. So
Well, I suppose that's where the word empathy comes from.
yes, yeah,
You know,
exactly.
because you empathize.
yeah.
But it's important not to go. I think those are great words.
Do you think I'm talking the truth?
You are talking the truth, nothing vain.
Okay, thank you.
No vanity at all. It's important, and I especially want to say that that word sensitive has got, in the modern world, maybe a negative connotation, because people
Yes.
go, "Oh, you too sensitive." What does that mean, too sensitive? No.
Yeah, I think people like to use it as an excuse sometimes to twist a story or put the blame onto a person or onto a situation. It's easy to do that instead of actually taking responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But sensitivity is,
I see it as a strength.
yes, because you're in tune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I know my feelings.
Yes. And how something can make you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there we go.
Beautiful. Throw it away. Okay,
Okay,
so
let me
now
hold it for
here
you.
we go.
I think we'll do like 2 more questions
Yes.
each, eh?
Yeah. What makes you laugh so hard that you almost pee? Well, what doesn't make me laugh? But, you know, being with my besties, being my husband can make me laugh like nobody else. Just listening to him laugh makes me laugh.
Oh,
I
that's
love
so
it.
special.
I love it. I love it. I love
Such
it.
soulmates.
Yes, and seeing my son laugh doesn't necessarily make me want to pee, but laughing a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, just those moments where you cannot stop laughing.
Yeah, and then you almost like forget why you were actually laughing, so then you end up laughing more.
Absolutely.
Because you can't even remember why you were laughing.
Absolutely.
We've had a few of those moments.
Absolutely. and you know, just remembering stuff and being with people and then just having such fun that you can't even stop laughing.
Exactly. Oh, I like that one. Yeah.
I like watching funny videos though.
Oh yeah. Me too.
That does make me laugh a lot.
Especially my best is pranks. Pranks on like your partner, and you like hide behind something, or you dress with a mask on and you like jump out. Oh, I love it. I did that to Julia quite a bit in COVID, so it was quite funny anyway.
I like the I love Lucy clips.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yes.
she makes
Yes.
me laugh like no other person can.
Those are funny. Anyway.
Right, throwing that away.
Okay. There we go. Hold out for me.
Oh yes, I was about to say, haven't I just done one?
Oh, I like this one. What is your favorite food and wine, and why? Lovely.
We're Italian, you must remember.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that it's your favorite food.
Yeah, no, actually I've got quite a few favorites, but if I were to talk Italian, my utmost favorite food is risotto. Love a good mushroom risotto or a pea and pancetta.
Oh.
That is yum. But I do love Mexican food. Mexican food, oh, love a good Mexican meal. But Italian-wise, risotto will be perfect. And then wine.
Mexico. To go with margarita.
Yes, I know, exactly. That's why I love the margaritas, you know, to go with my Mexican. But wine, so of course bubbly, but let's not go there because we're talking wine. Although
Yes.
sparkling wine is also very nice.
Yes.
But I used to love white wine growing up, and then I changed over to red wine, and I love my red wine, whether it's winter or summer, and I love a good Shiraz. The Babylon Styrian Shiraz is my utmost best.
We
love that one. Oh, is it? My gran loves Merlot, but yeah, I love a good Shiraz. And then I do like rosé. And it's like now, not now, like in summer, spring, I like yes. And also Babylon Styrian make my favorite rosé. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's my two favorites.
Anyway. Last one.
Yes. No, for you. For
Last
you.
one each.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Okay. Ooh. What do you think has defined you as the person you are today? Well, sure, this one's, I was hoping not to get this one.
It's a difficult
Define me as the person I am today. Probably one of the things is growing up. I think that my mother struggled quite a bit with mental health issues, and that's a topic for another file completely. But for me, it was just to, and you know, she often, in that struggle, she often used to just let people roughshod her over her, you know, do whatever, you say things about her, do things, whatever. And I feel like that brought out the warrior spirit in me.
Yes. Okay.
So it's maybe something that over the years I've had to almost tone down a little bit, because not everything's a fight.
Yeah.
And that's what I think those moments where you think to yourself, I'm not going to keep quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's that
It's
experience,
really
what you went through.
Yes,
is what's
really
defined.
just challenge yourself. If things, are not to be scared to communicate and to say, hang on, I'm not happy about this, or why did you say that, or
Yeah. It's interesting. Sure. Throw it.
Okay,
Last
one.
Well, I'll take the bottom one.
Yeah.
What is your favorite film and why? But I suppose you've answered that. Should I try to take another one?
Yes, I
You
think
take another
so.
one.
Then throw it on the floor.
Let's do another one. What is your best childhood memory? This is such a difficult one, this. Sure, because I've got so many best childhood memories. I've tons.
Isn't that amazing?
It is,
Wow.
actually. It is so amazing. I'll maybe mention a couple because I can't put my finger on one. But we were lucky to have my gran live very close to us. And we were able to, often my parents would allow my sister and I to walk to their house, and my mom would stand at the top of the road and my grandparents right far in the distance at the bottom of the road, and my sister and I felt the independence of going to them, and we always used to arrive there, whether we had walked down, gone on our scooters, or my mom had dropped us, and my gran would be waiting for us with a donut from Pick n Pay, and it was the best. It was either from Checkers or Pick n Pay, and there was this jam donut waiting for us. That's like a core memory. I even speak to my gran about that still to this day. So that's one quite funny random memory. And then another one was, my sister and I, we lived in Cape Town. We had family and my cousins in Joburg and Durban, and it used to be so nice sometimes in the holidays. My parents would allow us to fly on our own, and you had the air hostess come with, us on the airplane. Yes, unaccompanied minor. So, going to Johannesburg to stay, with our cousins, and it was so exciting. And we'd go on our own, and it would be for the holidays, and different experience, and go and stay with my aunts and uncle and cousins, and it was really, really special. And now, my sister and I, because of that memory and being close to our cousins, we want to give that to our children. So that's why we've made the decision that we are living close together. Kids are going to grow up together, and it is so special, and hopefully we are giving that childhood memory to our kids.
Definitely.
So those are my childhood memories.
Beautiful. Well, now we've got one more.
Okay, we might as well
do it. Oh, how to change your mindset. We can both answer this one.
But actually, I feel that one follows on quite well from file 4, actually, and a little bit from file 3. Change and how to keep inspired.
Well, for me, I think change your mindset for me is about challenging yourself to actually listen. It's not an easy thing when you're in a discussion with somebody and they are really, you're actually not agreeing with anything that they say. That's perhaps not a mindset issue. If you're in that situation, it's important for me it's important to really try and listen to what that person is saying, with the capacity not to want to respond straight away.
It's so difficult to do that.
Oh my gosh. But mindset is maybe points to an understanding of what your own framework is, and why you think in a certain way. And to, especially when you have children, I found this very challenging, because there were certain things that you had lived through, that you had perceived, that you had gone through, that you'd understood, and for me, it's been a thing of always going, well, if I think like that, where does that thinking really actually come from?
Like, where does it stem from?
Yes, and challenge and look at that, and then going, in a traditional, more corporate sense, when we talk about a growth mindset, it is about allowing ourselves to be influenced by what's around us a little bit more, and not so steadfast and,
black and white in a way.
Yes, unpliable, unrelentingly focused, but to actually be more, less linear and more, what's the word? Allowing things to be a little bit
more
loose.
flexible.
Flexible, it's the word. Flexible.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And I think also how to change your mindset is be reflective. I always come back to reflective, also in the other files. Sometimes if you just stop and think, like you're saying about the root cause, or where does it stem from, but if you just reflect, think what were your actions, why do you feel this way, often then it will help change your mindset.
Yes.
Play a song.
Or
play a song.
But you know what, Lexi, for me also, when you are describing something, listen to yourself and listen to the words you're using to describe something.
Yes.
And then say to yourself, what is that what I really mean? Is that how I really feel about this?
Or is that what I truly believe? Or am I just saying it for effect?
Or something that, we've grown up with and now needs a rethink.
Yeah. So true.
And then, failing all else, play a lovely song.
Or read a quote, or watch a feel-good movie.
Feel-good files. Listen to your file.
Yeah, listen to us.
Listen to it. Okay, so is that it?
Yeah. Finished our Q&A. Maybe you guys can ask yourself some of these questions too.
Yeah.
Which is quite good.
Answer them for yourselves.
Anyway, but don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And
give us love.
Oh, please. Feedback, love,
all of that.
All of that.
Thank you so much, Son.
Thanks, Lexi.
Bye.
5 done. Over and out.
You're listening to Feel Good Files with Lexi and Son.